Cosmos Q&A reaction to the system. I don't know. I didn't think of a good name until probably after this episode. But we are in a time crunch for this one, so it will not be a 2-hour excursion.
Sorry.
Which is funny because I think when Josh and I recorded the Blades in the Dark one, we're like, yeah, it's going to be like 10, 15, 20 minutes at most, and then it was like almost 50 minutes. So this one has to be 30 minutes.
We really like each other.
It's like we've been friends for the majority of our lives.
Since you almost were born in my house's bathroom.
Mm-hmm. That story is contractually by contract needs to come up at least once per series.
Contract fulfilled. Good job.
Yep, there we go. Got it. Snuck it in right at the end of season 1. But yeah, if you guys have not listened to the Traveler show, Nomads of the Cosmos, I think the way I want to do this is like maybe like 5-10 minutes up front of just what we thought of the system Traveler, and then the tail end, like if you guys had any questions or anything that you wanted to ask and or yeah, whatever, we can do that because I think that would be pretty fun. Like whether it's of the system or the story. And when we get there, we'll give a spoiler warning because I went into this not expecting to make a season 2, but I think this is going to be very much like pocket adventures around the universe. So, which we might have a little bit of overlap, but feel free to ask any questions that you want by then. But I just thought of it. Shall we get a little music in the background so that way it's one less thing I have to edit later?
Let's go.
As I quickly set it up. Let's see. You know what? I just like this song, so let's listen to it again. It's the theme song. Anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear it well or not.
Don't mind me, I'm just going to be vibing over it.
Yeah.
Yep, we get to listen to this for 30 minutes on a loop, and who knows? We'll see if we still like it. So.
Oh wait, we're still talking, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be like right now. Oh, my Kindle died. Anyway, so what were your guys' initial thoughts of 2/3 of this system? Because we really didn't do combat completely correctly.
We also didn't do a whole lot of
for the course.
We didn't do a lot of space flight related things either.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or psionics.
None of you guys were psionics.
No, we purposely didn't do any psionics because Dave didn't want to.
Yeah.
For
I didn't want to figure that out, and so who knows? Maybe it can be something we can look into to see if. Who knows? Maybe somebody retires or something. But
you'll see gets remanded back home.
Burrito's getting mental.
So, but yeah, overall, what were your guys' thoughts of Traveler? I guess while you guys are getting your thoughts together, I think my favorite thing of Traveler is character creation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm annoyed that I found a very simple sheet of how to do character creation that it was easier to understand than what was in the book.
The one page of flowchart versus the multiple page that's in the book that is... There we go. That is just big, confusing, and doesn't really tell you a whole lot about it.
I like that in the book there's arrows that point to things, but then you don't really understand how to utilize the system that way.
Yeah. The arrows don't really have any description on them as to what you're supposed to do with the arrows. They're just arrows. Just go this way.
But I agree, Dave. I think character creation was my favorite part of the whole system because character creation in and of itself is like a game of its own, right? And then like there's chance in it once you get to a certain point of like whether or not you're going to continue on, like how far do you want to take this, like are you going to get a crippling like injury that's going to really change the direction you had for your character, are you not going to get into the thing that you want to get into, right? And those are my favorite things. I like role-based like character creation that like you don't have control over what you do, the dice do, right? And that's fun for me to like figure out who this character is going to be instead of me coming in and saying, all right, I'm gonna be this, here's my backstory, and then in this I had to like figure out who this character was as we went. So that was the best.
Well, the character creation was very much creating your backstory. I think that style is called a life path creation. That, and I know Twilight 2000, they have something similar. And I think there's a couple other games, which is interesting. I think there might be more coming out that use that kind of character creation, which I personally like. I think it's for someone who, from the way my brain works, I'm like, I don't want to do like a lot of figuring stuff out. It's like, and it gamifies it, where it's like, it feels like a lot of other character creations, like, okay, I need to optimize this. And it's like, no, it's not about optimization. It's you are literally telling your story.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Even though like it was also a little bit frustrating. It's like you have an idea of like the character that you kind of want to play, and then that just gets thrown out the window on like your first roll, and so then the rest of the thing you're kind of like, I mean, it's cool because you're kind of discovering what character you're gonna be playing, almost as much as like deciding this is the kind of character I want to play.
Yeah, it's I think when this game originally came out, because for people who don't know that are watching this, Traveler was the Mongoose one, that the version we played was a redone version, or not a redone, but like a remastered or
Revised.
pretty much revised. Yeah, it was like
Big update.
it begins with re. I can't remember what it is, but it's like from the 80s, and it's really funny because apparently there's a bunch of debate online of people who played it in like the 80s that were saying like, oh, what, you can't die in character creation? This is for weak people, little sissies. And it's just like, no, it's just creating less work for you. It's like,
Your character died in character
you can
creation.
still-
Start over.
yeah. And so it's like, and they still have those rules. And, like, if you want to, like, if you want to have that option, it's like, but anyway.
Now that I know in character creation I can be on heavy duty drugs and like have them be paid for, we're 100% doing that next time I create a character.
Yeah, I don't know if season 2, if we want to like make new characters or keep with the ones we have. Like,
Do we want me
can
to
talk about
play
that.
a drunk girl for another season, or do we want me to come up with a better character?
with a drugged out guy?
Oh, I can be a meth addict. Let's go.
So, but
Quit
yeah,
that.
nothing's really been decided for season 2 yet, except that we want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like,
I don't know if
besides-
Ohio can survive
ahead.
another season of Vilsey.
The thing is, the way it left
Hi,
off,
guys.
like,
I'm Reginald.
like, you got, like, there was a little bit of a cliffhanger kind of lead into another story, which honestly, like, it could continue with that story. It could just be another group of travelers that were hired, and you guys, like, these original characters are sticking with the Duke. But okay, we're getting close to like the 10-ish minute mark, so yeah, is there anything else that we wanted to talk about that we liked, didn't like about the system, or?
I mean, I guess I like how we utilize the system where, I mean, it's kind of a lot just the way that games tend to go with you anyway, I think, is just we're using the rules as a guideline, but it's not like a hard set, everything must be exactly as is sort of thing as well. And it makes a good framework for storytelling, just in that mode.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you guys, more Spire was created using Traveler mechanics. Like, that wasn't something I just came up with. That was they're pretty much creating space stations. I had to go buy another book but, to do it. But it was pretty much more Spire was it's very similar to creating your own ship, just bigger, and then staffing. Like all the NPCs were created by the NPC tables and stuff. So and then once we had that, that's like I knew how. Like, I was just plugged in different people as I knew how I wanted them to play as, or what role I wanted them to be. But yeah, but I will say the one thing I like, none of the people you guys had Jack of all, which would like decrease your negative modifier. But I think another thing I do like is just stats, how they look, which is like 0 is neutral, but then it's like anything underneath that is a -4. Like, if you don't have a number in there, it's a -4, which I think it really shows that, like, yeah, I might have an idea, but I'm not trained or have any like professional focus in this area, which I like. And then I like how there's certain skills, like once you can have a general understanding, but then once you increase your knowledge, you get specification in one of the things. So
and now I know that recon is very important, at least in Dave's Traveler games.
Oh. Dude, now I know that endurance is very important and should not be your second lowest stat.
Yes. Endurance is your main keep you up stat. And not go unconscious.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
I mean, my endurance might have been lower than all of yours.
And if you're going to be a ranged fighter, to maybe actually put points into your decks and not have a -2 penalty to everything you do dex-wise. that also probably would have helped my character a little bit.
Well, there's a reason that O'Heal was not fighting.
Yeah. So anyway, with that, yeah, we really do like this system. We do plan on doing another season, I think, from what I'm hearing. I think it's going to be adjacent, but I think with this, we're going to take the knowledge of this and create probably new characters and stuff, and then maybe your old characters will show up, like, because that's the thing, like, we never, like, the Duke asked for help, and you guys were like, yeah, whatever, we're tired, which is totally understandable. So
Elsie was like, let's go, I'll take
Elsie was like, yeah, let's do that, and so who knows, maybe Elsie left the crew to go help out the Duke, and the other guys are just like, I don't know, we'll find that out in a later season.
The other's like, can you give us a day or two?
I'm seeing a trend in all of my characters in all of the seasons. My character either leaves to pursue their own passion, or I don't want to play it again.
Or your character tries to kill the entire ship. Or entire station.
Yeah.
It's okay. We all know that Gerudo and whatever her face is, Bancroft, are going to go across the galaxy, warning selling snake oil potions for vulgar herpes. But anyway, with this, I'm going to say, hey, we're going to switch over to story stuff. So if you have not listened to the end, by the time this comes out, the series should be completed. But yeah, this is spoiler talk. So to where if anyone's listened to Sanity Lost, this is when the players can ask me questions, but I don't have to be as secretive as I am in Sanity Lost, because it's complete. So, yeah, do you guys have any questions or things about the story? Go ahead.
So with the Galaxy Suite, where the big bad was that that Gerudo decided to just murk for extra money, for bonus money. There was a shuttle that was there, but you also mentioned that Morspire had a turret on the top of the station. Had they left in that shuttle, would the AI have used the turret to shoot the shuttle down?
It's possible. It's because it really would just depend on how you guys left. Because yeah, I think if you guys were fast, you probably would have gotten out of the way. But the problem is that shuttle, it wasn't for deep space travel. It's more take you down to the dock area directly. So,
at which point the Cosmic Wolf was not ready to launch quite yet because of all of the other protocol stuff.
Yeah, so there would have been other things that you had to do, and it's yeah, it's it's just it's always possible where it's those turret. There was a turret on the top and the bottom, and were the main defenses, and they're technology level 15 weapons, I think. And it's it was, I think it's part destroy space debris, and then the one thing that it was I don't know if it was made super clear is that the Morspire was definitely a neutral zone, and that's why they were trying to keep the government out, because it's hey, most of our clientele is coming from neutral, and it's supposed to be a district-free area. But if the Pact World governments kind of get in there, it's going to be we're going to get regulation, and then it's well, now we're just going to be a target. Where
there goes the neighborhood.
Where now it's hey, everyone's being cordial until you guys showed up, and just kind of holding the peace. But yeah, no, it's very, very possible. The shuttle though, it was it could have gotten you to another part of the ship, so not so much fully escaping.
Yeah, they, at least from O'Heal's perspective, the hearing about the guns on the station, the shuttle didn't seem like the best of ideas, especially without having the wolf out in flight.
Well, and neither of us really know how to fly. I think I might have had a 0 in pilot. Maybe I forget what my skills were. So it was ooh, this is a bad situation for us.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, question: if I had blown up all of my frag grenades just in the suite, would that have caused cataclysmic damage to the ship?
It would probably cause it would cause a breach in the hull, probably, most likely, because just setting everything off, or at least cause massive damage to that room, and you guys would probably have a lot more resistance leaving than you did, because when you guys left, you guys were cards, and okay, we're okay, whatever. We're about to go up and raid, but it's I think specifically because you guys didn't take lethal actions, it was it did not bump up the alert with high level explosives. I think what really kicked everything off it was I forget his name, but the murder.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
That's right.
If you want to look at it that way.
I'm fine with it, my fault.
I mean, I figured it was all of the
Yeah, normally
weapons.
it's Josh's.
I figured it was any of the
True.
weapons fire would have started the station alerts anyway.
Usually if something went wrong, it's because my character decided to do something very stupid without thinking.
I think that was my character that time.
I mean, Gerudo had a really good reason to kill the boss there too, though. I mean, O'Heal did
That's-
just
yeah.
remind him that, oh hey, don't forget there's a bounty on the, or we get bonus pay for killing this guy.
I thought it was really funny. I didn't realize it until Saturday how much of a jerk Naruto kind of was.
Oh, in the playtest? Because you
Yeah.
have to play them again?
Well, just talking with Josh, and it was like, oh yeah, I guess he kind of was a bit. Yeah, I guess, but it was kind of fun. That's one of my most favorite characters I've gotten to play. I think, partially because I didn't have like. I think part of that came from the character creation. Like, had to like play a character that I hadn't fully made myself. Like, it kind of been made for me almost, and that was kind of fun. Yeah, story-wise, I think it would be cool to see our characters come back as something else, like in another, like if we did another season and we make our own characters, like new characters. It would be kind of cool to see those guys again, or to meet up with them, or possibly be like, you know, the enemy or rivals of our characters that we, or the allies of our characters that we never, you know, got to.
Yeah. Like, just see, like, if it was, like, a couple years later of, like, how they progressed and whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like, I mean, was it really worth it to just straight up murk that guy for the amount of credits that they got? Like, they can't really ever go back to Moorspire anymore. Possibly wanted fugitives for having committed cold-blooded murder.
And possible kidnapping, depending on how it's viewed that we took.
How the story's
Yeah.
But
Did you, that was one question I had. Did you have like a set? I'm trying to remember what, like, Dust, like how the whole situation with that was. Would that have helped? Like, did you have plans for ways that, like, if we'd known that was them, that could have, that, like, we could have utilized that character to help us get out or, like, complete our objectives or stuff? Or was it kind of just a protect the president kind of scenario that you had in mind?
He was always supposed to be. The funny thing is, I don't think it was until episode 6 or 7 where I came up with a name. Like, Dust was always supposed to be the action, like, was supposed to be this noble kid. And then I wasn't fully like I guess confirmed on what his personality would be. But I knew that, like, I wanted him to be capable. And that, like, and then it was just like, as things went down, and it's just like, it was a hard mixture, because, like, I think he started just giving plans to you guys, and then I was, like, purposely pulled back, because I'm like, no, I'm not here to tell them how to, like, make decisions. So I think, like, you see him, like, I think he gave one plan of, like, how to get out of there, which just, like, was to show that he's not just, like, he's not like some, like, brain dead child that is on there that he thinks. And that's why I think also where you guys were like, well, we got to sneak out, and he was like, yeah, but I'm taking this gun. I'm not, like, to show that he's capable and ready, and just, like, he's not going to be forced to be taken, like, he's not going to be forced around. But then it was like, after that, it's like, I made him take a back seat because I didn't want me coming up with the plans for the story. It's like,
You mean you didn't want to play an NPC character that, like, led the charge, Dave?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Gerudo was this close to smacking that kid and taking the gun away.
He was just baby Elsie. It was fun. I liked it.
He's like, no, bad boy. We are sneaking. You know, get this.
I think you got almost convinced him, and then I think Elsie did something. He's like, no, I'm keeping my gun.
Probably the juggling the grenades. I just have this kind of visual of Elsie wandering around Cosmic Wolf, just juggling grenades for no reason. Just like, oh, Lala, what are you doing, Elsie? Put those away.
She would never juggle a frag one. Maybe a stun. Definitely a smoke.
No, she would juggle a frag grenade. Let's
Not on the ship.
With the pin
Off
pulled.
ship for sure.
She would juggle
a frag grenade.
not intentionally, but she wouldn't notice that she picked up a frag grenade instead of a stun grenade at one point.
Well, true.
So
if she was a little into her bronze rank, she might not recognize which grenade she's juggling.
So we got like 7 minutes left before Josh potentially gets yelled at by his wife. So is there any other questions that we got, or anything else that you were wondering?
Was there a part of the story that you wanted to get into, Dave, that like we never moved towards?
You guys hit most of the stuff. I gotta bring up the space station thing, so that way I can remember everything. Because there's some characters that you guys literally just never talked to.
Hey, you said there was like 4 or 5 people that you created that we just never
Which, yeah, it's fine.
ventured
Like,
into their realm.
so let's see. You guys found out that like through Leon Dolotov, the AI, and then Archer Barrett, that was me just trying to be Picard. But yeah, Emmy Rhodes, the reason why she was so like on point was that she was like a retired mercenary, and that's why she was just like, okay, this is a way. You guys never met Oliver Day, which he was another engineer that was a retired corporate executive, and his describing thing was he was forgetful. You guys met Sapphire, and then so Lorna Ellison, like you met her in the beginning, and she was like the one I think was like, oh, did you hear that the ship's actually the More Spires run by an AI, like hinting at that, and then that's when Emmy's like, don't you have work to do? And like she was very loyal to Emmy. But yeah, then you guys, so I don't think we ever gave the name, but the person you met at the end that was just like, what are you doing? Get in here, get out, or whatever her voice was. That was Maladara, which was the head maintenance person. And like her whole thing was that she just spies on guests. And so that's why she kind of knew what was going on already and was just like, I'm tired of this. And then there was another maintenance person that was a gambler that was paying off their debt. And so Wendy was the really only important medic. You met Astrid and Jade. Jade was she gained a lot more, way more of an important role, mainly because I didn't think it made sense for Astrid, because she's like bought in and like wasn't really going to do that, while Jade was like, yeah, she was one of the things was worried about the current situation where she heard rumors about Dust and was much more willing to work with you guys. And then you guys met Neolai and 30Z.
It seems like most of the characters were pretty friendly towards us. Were there any characters that you had planned that would have been, like, I mean, besides like 30Z or the actual villain, were there any of the like personnel on Moorspire that would have been less inclined to help us out and stuff?
Well, Sapphire his name was Martin Richmond, or that might have been his cover name. But anyway, he would have been, if you interact with him before he broke his cover, he would have been way more aggressive. And it's like it really would have depended. It's like kind of just the curse of like having a set amount of episodes and like trying to get to an end. Like if you guys went to like if you started like being like rude or mean to Emmy, Lauren would have gotten aggressive towards you guys. Like all these guys, everyone, like just depending on how you interacted with them, could have been potential enemies or been more aggressive. It's just like it's like I think if we didn't set it to like 10 episodes and went longer and everything, then potentially, but yeah, no, it's what was it? Yeah, like if you didn't agree to get Wendy off more Spire, she would have been very detrimental to any of your plans, because it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna tell everybody where you are, and like just ruin almost anything you tried to do.
I made the right call there. Then.
Yeah. And then Neolai, like his stat that, or his like little special feature that I rolled is that he's very helpful. Like he's just a helpful dude. Like he looks very mean, but he's just a genuine helpful dude. That's and like kind of like a heart of gold, where it's like, dude, okay, I'm willing to work with you guys. So
yeah. I think the last question that I had, and probably the most important question asked tonight, is are Wubba Dubba Meat Stacks a franchise restaurant, or can you only find them on Warspire?
No, they're definitely a franchise. There's no way that Wubba Dubba is not going to be brought back in some sort.
Yes! Yeah!
I think it would be fun if we find... Go ahead.
Did you expect Wubba Dubba's to be such a hit?
Wubba Dubba's was a total improv. Wubba Dubba didn't exist until someone said they wanted food, and I think I was like, oh yeah, Wubba Dubba's Meat Stacks. That's on the 32nd and a half foot floor, which you know was something made up, because if it was something before, it wouldn't have been a half floor. So.
Oh, it's great though. Now they're all gonna have to be on half floors too, by the way.
Yeah. I like to imagine that it's like a carved out pocket. It's just like people don't like, why does like the hallway dip down, or like why does it feel like I'm on a hill?
It's like those houses from the 70s that would have like the front room and then like the step down in the middle of the front room. It was like a little area there.
The pit.
Yeah. The pit. Yeah, exactly. The weird shag carpet pit.
So we are at the end of our time. So last call. Any other questions? All right. Okay. So yeah.
I definitely had a blast with this season, and look forward to more.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing more. Like just to give people that enjoyed this an understanding that it probably won't happen until next year at some point. Just with schedules and like the cast here, because they are all on other shows and requirements. So yeah, it's, I don't know. I have a feeling probably next year there's going to be some cast jumbling as some shows end and figure out like the future of this stuff, so that way I don't burn out the people that are playing. And don't make potential spouses, girlfriends, significant others very mad at me. But I don't live with them.
She won't be mad at you. She'll just be mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not our problem.
Eventually. It will be if I gotta be like, hey, do you wanna play? I need a play tester. Well, too bad now. So,
Like,
but
in
anyway,
a year and a half, I'll be available.
But yeah, that is it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, everyone that was listened. And I hope you guys got as much enjoyment out of the series as we did playing it. So yeah, next year some point, just pay attention to Discord, social media, whatever, as yeah, Nomads of the Cosmos Season 2 will come out. I think you guys already have a little bit of a spoiler or a little bit of a hint that I think we all have an agreement. Currently, that'll be new characters, which I think is good since we now know a little bit about the game. So, anyway, thank you guys, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.